Hey guys, and welcome back to more Magic the Gathering lore. This time, coupled with a spoiler, or leak. I mean, can anyone even tell the difference at this point? I mean, seriously. And no guys, I don't think I'm getting a preview card again for Rivals of Ixalan. I've basically given up trying. Anyway, let's go yay lore! Today let's look at the device that's got everyone on Ixalan up in a tiffy, this dang old Immortal Sun contraption. Luckily, the entire mystery has been completely spoiled as its card was just thrown out there into the ether. This is the Immortal Sun, 6-mana legendary artifact that has a lot of different text on it. You're gonna make me read all of it, aren't you? Players can't activate loyalty abilities of Planeswalkers. At the beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and creatures you control get +1/+1. Whew, like I said, a bunch of text on this thing. This is probably the most random artifact in Magic the Gathering, just so many different effects. EDH players are gonna lose their minds over this thing. I mean, everyone's frantically searching for this Immortal Sun in the lore are probably just clamoring to get it into their commander decks. While it does a bunch of big ticket things, like that extra draw and Anthem effect, 6 mana is still kinda a big deal. And I don't think there's a lot of Planeswalker focused decks in Standard right now, which is the huge payoff of the Immortal Sun. Then again, there is a lot of ramp. I may even consider this a huge bomb in Limited, but really it's an EDH where it shines. Basically, a brand new staple for the format. Luckily, a card like this, despite having no flavor text, tells us a lot about the lore coming up for Rivals of Ixalan. Who needs flavor text when you have card text, right? And the Immortal Sun tells us a tale in its abilities. The biggest among them being the prevention of Planeswalkers using loyalty counters. And just as a quick note, that includes your Planeswalkers as well. We already know about the protective barrier which prevents Planeswalkers from leaving Ixalan, and now that power is mirrored and is directly tied to the Immortal Sun, or whoever created this artifact. I'd have to say the Immortal Sun itself probably is the source of this barrier's magic, but that's not to say it doesn't do other, more flashy things. We can't really place a specific lore trait the other abilities could be alluding to, other than this thing is freaking powerful. It makes those who control it stronger in the form of a 1/1 buff, smarter in the form of that reduced casting cost, and more knowledgeable or access to hidden secrets with that extra card draw. Basically, this thing will power up anyone who controls it, making it a pretty amazing prize for the civilization that gets their hands on it first. That's why we see this race, this mad scramble. Each group is trying to prove they're worthy of the benefits bestowed by the Immortal Sun, and it's only going to be the best that end up wielding it. Merfolk. But the Immortal Sun is more than just an infinity gauntlet, right? Well, even if it's not, this card means much more than what we see in its text. The image of the Immortal Sun itself looks a lot like something I really wanted to deny during the story of Ixalan. Those familiar triangular patterns, the perfect geometry. Yes, it looks like the Azorius may very well be here on Ixalan. Of course, a lot of other people out there have already said this since, well, the barrier was discovered. The sigil just looks very Azorius-y, and we know this guild from the plane of Ravnica is really good at binding people and planeswalkers alike. So yeah, people caught on quickly, although I still denied it and hope to see Ugin again. Oh well, it looks like the Azorius are more likely, especially with this 3-pointed beauty right here. It just makes sense, right? We have 2 characters super tied to Ravnica, Vraska, who seemed really random at the time, now not so much, and Jace, who is literally the living guild pact of Ravnica. Basically, the magical piece of paper that kept the guilds from killing themselves and destroying the plane. Yeah, that's Jace now. Sucks he's never there to, keep the peace. Anywho, how'd the Azorius get on Ixalan? From what we know, Jace is the only one of that guild who can planeswalk, and Jace isn't actually part of the Azorius, technically. So unless his secretary has been keeping a secret from us, Lavania? There's not really another Azorius figure who could be a planeswalker. But wait, we actually do know of one other planeswalker that's pretty exclusive to the Azorius guild. The founder of the Azorius, Azor the First. I'm not going to get completely into this figure's lore, or how they might be a part of Ixalan. I'll be saving that for another video. I just wanted to let you guys know that yes, the Azorius may very well have a presence on Ixalan, and the Immortal Sun itself is a hint to that. Ultimately, does this spoiler tell us everything the Immortal Sun can do? What its purpose is? Or why it needs such a strong protective measure? No, it doesn't. Do we know why Nicole may want it? Again, no. Do we have any clue to why Azor the First may be connected to this item? Again, we don't know any of that yet. So clearly, the only thing we do know is there's a lot more to find out. Even so, I'm glad to see some of my favorite fun police making the trip to Ixalan. It's like Island Vacation Ravnica. Grab some drinks, Raska and Jace, you deserve it. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the Immortal Sun, the Azorius on Ixalan, and how it can all be connected in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, share it with friends, and of course subscribe for more awesome MTG content in the future. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.